Hey, fellow artists. Today's video is a little bit different, but it's something I feel is really important to discuss, especially as an independent artist. I've been fortunate on YouTube. It has helped me build an audience on the platform and start a mailing list. By the way, if you're not a super sub, please check the video description box or pinned comment to subscribe to my free newsletter. However, it's never a good idea to put all of your eggs in one basket, right? YouTube could disappear tomorrow, and I would lose my entire audience, except for my awesome super subs. That's why I started reformatting and posting my YouTube shorts to TikTok about a year and a half ago. During that time, I attracted 122 followers and connected with the amazing Shane Spiel. I followed him and he followed me back. I'm really honored. Unfortunately, things went south for me on TikTok and I deleted my account this afternoon. You won't find me there ever again. And here's why. One of the biggest reasons, and frankly the most infuriating, comes down to copyright. Recently, my own original music I created myself from scratch, and I don't use any distributors, has been hit with malicious copyright claims on TikTok. One of my first leg fiddle videos, which features me improvising on my own newly built instrument, and one of my short scale CBG videos featuring me demonstrating my movable copper frets via improvisation, were muted because someone claimed that I was using their music. To make matters worse, I was given no option to dispute it, only to change the sound. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's someone else trying to benefit from my hard work, and that's simply not okay. According to Gemini and what I saw on Reddit, this is a common and huge issue on TikTok. This is what Gemini told me when I asked about how common this was. Gemini says,
Yes, many creators run into this exact problem on TikTok. The inability to easily dispute a copyright claim on an original sound is a common and major pain point for creators, especially musicians and those using their own unique audio. Here is a breakdown of why this happens and what the system looks like. 1. The missing dispute option. The reason you are only seeing the option to change sound instead of dispute or appeal likely comes down to how TikTok categorized the removal. If the sound was removed for a community guidelines violation, TikTok states that creators should be given the option to submit appeal. If the sound was removed for a copyright violation, TikTok's policy says you may be able to appeal this decision. If that option is not available, then you are only given the option to change sound. The fact that you were only given the change sound option suggests that TikTok's automated system, or the entity that filed the claim, shut down the process quickly, with no clear path for an appeal.
now, that's ridiculous. TikTok gives immense amount of power to fraudsters. I've had to deal with fraudulent copyright claims on YouTube. A known entity was going around fraudulently claiming copyright of original music and royalty-free music on YouTube. I was easily able to dispute the claim. The review only took a few hours and the fraudulent claim was removed. While YouTube's copyright system is by no means perfect, it does provide everyone with a way to dispute claims, ensuring that no one person or entity has the unchecked power to shut down all disputes before they are made. Something similar happened to Lawrence on YouTube. He's a synthesist, he makes his own sounds. Lawrence received a copyright claim on tutorials where he's showing people how to build sounds, and the sounds that he built in those videos, he was creating them in real time. So what we think happened was somebody was watching his video tutorial on VCV Rack, took samples of the sounds they liked from the video, used it in their own music, and then they had their music distributed on something like CD Baby or DistroKid that puts a content ID on the master, and then that content ID is used on YouTube to make copyright claims. So somebody else trying to make money off of his work. And I think that's what happened on TikTok. Somebody really liked the sound of my leg fiddle and of my shorty CBG with nylon strings, sampled it, used it in their own music, and then started distributing that music with something like CD Baby, which created a content ID on their master, and thus they're benefiting from the sounds that I made in my video. By the way, the two videos that they claimed, I wasn't even playing songs, I was improvising. That's my music. Those are my samples. And this isn't the end of my beef with TikTok. On top of that, two completely appropriate and wholesome videos were suddenly age restricted without reason. As I mentioned before, all of my TikToks were reformatted YouTube shorts. Now, if you go and look at my shorts, there's nothing inappropriate happening in any of them. I'm just building things and making music. Again, TikTok did not provide me with a clear path for appeal, just random restrictions on my content. What could have caused that? A malicious report? Why would somebody do that? Who the heck knows? Anyway, fellow artists, I'm done with TikTok and I'm doubling down on YouTube and my newsletter. So please subscribe to my mailing list below in the video description box. Become a super sub. I think having a mailing list is the best way to have your eggs in another basket. While every platform has its challenges, I've again consistently found that YouTube, for all of its problems, offers accessible ways to handle copyright and other disputes. When something like this happens here on YouTube, I have a clear path to appeal and to protect my original content. You all know that growing an audience and a creative business is difficult. Our time as creators is valuable, and we need to invest it where we can grow, connect with each other, and where our efforts aren't being undermined by the platforms we use. Lawrence wanted me to dig further and find a way to fight TikTok, to not let those thieves win. But I don't need the stress and wasted energy of fighting against a platform that doesn't provide basic protections for original creators. So, my TikTok is no more. Good riddance. I'll be here on YouTube. Thank you for being a part of this community. I appreciate everyone who enjoys my videos and reaches out. Hey, and let me know in the comments if you've ever dealt with similar issues on TikTok and other platforms and whether you were able to resolve those issues. If you're interested, we can chat more about this in my live stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I left a link to the live in the video description box as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chaito.